The two major presidential candidates have begun the last lap of the long race running flat out. President Carter was sprinting across Texas today. Reagan was darting across Michigan. Two reports. First, Jerry Bowen with Reagan.
On his final campaign swing through Michigan, a state he needs and expects to win, Reagan was given a political assist by former President Gerald Ford. In Mr. Ford's hometown of Grand Rapids, the former president expressed sorrow and anger over the Carter administration's economic record and criticized the president, too, for campaigning in the city a week ago and mistakenly calling it Cedar Rapids.
He's as screwed up in his geography as he has been in his economics.
But Mr. Ford made his own contribution to geographic confusion.
This part of the great state of Michigan is one of the most wonderful areas in all 50 states.
And to hear Reagan today, one would not have known that he once ran a bitter campaign against Mr. Ford. Today it was Reagan lauding the former president's economic policies and lashing Mr. Carter for not maintaining them.
The inability of Jimmy Carter to handle the job, his total inability to fill Jerry Ford's shoes, is the reason why he does not deserve 4 more years of... A little while ago they were calling out Bonzo. They better be careful. Bonzo grew up to be King Kong.
And if Michigan and a number of other key states go Republican, Reagan may yet become president. His strategists maintain the candidate has a firm hold on 215 of the 270 electoral votes needed to win, and they project he will ultimately wind up with 320 electoral votes. Jerry Bowen, CBS News, with the Reagan campaign in Michigan.
At his first stop in this toss-up state, Mr. Carter looked out at a crowd of 3,000 in Houston filling an open theater. Local Democrats remembered wistfully that when Hubert Humphrey came here late in the 1968 campaign, the crowd filled the Astrodome. This morning in Brownsville, the president told a largely Hispanic crowd that just after he was first elected, he offered a cabinet post, Attorney General, to federal judge Ronald Garza.
I regret very much that because of personal considerations in his own family, that the United States did not have the benefit of his service in that cabinet post as Attorney General. He would have been the first Hispanic Attorney General in the history of our country.
On the way to San Antonio, the president paused long enough to hear a reporter say that a new Gallup poll shows him dropping by a smidgen, 1 percentage point.
Oh, really?
That discourage you?
I don't think I'll quit.
Then to the Alamo to continue the specialized appeal to those Democrats Mr. Carter needs to draw to the polls Tuesday in order to win Texas.
Think about the consequences in your own life. If Wednesday morning you wake up and you face the prospect of a Republican being in the Oval Office for the next 4 years.
4 years ago, Mr. Carter campaigned here and drew an estimated 25,000 supporters. Today, the gathering at the Alamo was far less than half that number. Jed Duval, CBS News, with the Carter campaign in Texas.